Hey guys, Jonathan here, also known as Skitzo FPV, and today I'm going to talk about my new frame, which is basically a modified QAVR2 from Lumineer. I actually started flying the QAVR2 last year a little bit when my Nova frames were kind of hard to find. Even for me, it was hard for me to get them. And there were a few things I didn't like about it, and that's what kind of started me down that path. The biggest change is this is a symmetrical X design, meaning it's symmetrical, equal distance, left, right, front to back. The standard QAVR2 is actually an H frame, which means it's actually more narrow from front to back. QAVR2 also comes with just a screw that holds all 4 arms together, and I found that to be a weak point of the frame. While they do have an optional X plate, my frame comes with that, which I feel like it should just come with that anyway. And the most obvious feature is the whole thing is hydro dipped. There is no visible carbon on this frame at all. Even inside the screw holes, there's actual hydro dip. And I have no clue how they actually did that at the factory. I've been wanting to do a full hydro dip frame for a while, and I've done one at home, and it definitely didn't look this good, obviously. And I was told that it was just too hard to do and too expensive to do on an assembly line. So eventually me and Lumineer teamed up and we figured out a way to do it. And I was actually skeptical when I first got the prototype, which I'm still flying today, and none of this stuff is chipping off, surprisingly. It actually holds up really well. That's the first thing I was worried about, is would this stuff start flaking off and crashes and whatnot. I'm not going to go down that road and talk about how durable this frame is, because it is very durable, but most frames out there are durable these days, let's be honest. The only thing I've done to this frame is I've bent one of these standoffs because I hit a cement post at full speed. All right, let's get into the build video and show you guys just how easy this thing is to build. All right, it comes in a really awesome little sticker bombed box, which I obviously won't get into, but that is one cool little feature they did. We've got Lumineer stickers, we've got our battery friction pad, we have our battery strap, our hardware. These are our camera plates. So the frame is actually available in a slammed version, lower profile, or a normal profile. This one is actually the standard, so it comes with these camera plates. If you are using the slam style, you are gonna have to get 3D printed camera holders to slide over the standoffs. Here's our little X plate on the bottom. Here is our landing gear and our standoffs. We got our little sausage link packaging style here, which I love, sausage link style packaging. Then we've got our bottom and top plate and a couple zip ties. All right, so the first thing to note is the bottom plate already comes with press nuts in it, which is nice, so you don't have to worry about extra nuts or anything like that. We have these 4 longer bolts here, which comes in the hardware package, and this is what you're going to actually use to mount your stack. And this obviously supports 20 by 20 or 30 by 30 mounting design. All right, these 4 bolts here, which come in the hardware package, these really long ones, these are going to be used not only to hold the arms to the bottom plate, but also mount your stack too. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're actually gonna mount the X plate and the arm to the bottom plate and kind of build the base foundation of the frame. We have medium length bolts. If you notice in the hardware bag, we have some that are shorter than this, a bunch that are this length, and then only 4 that are the really long length. So we want the medium length ones to actually mount the arms to the bottom plate. The hardest part is really just to kind of get the first one started. There you go. We just have 1 bolt semi-in. I highly recommend not locking the first bolt down or any of them until you get them all in. Again, I'm not wrenching them down. I'm just doing a nice little twist until they don't screw anymore. So the kit does come with these longer bolts that are obviously not as long as the one for your stack, but these are intended to be used in the back holes of these back arms, and this is actually a part of the standoff, so I'll show you what I mean by that. All right, one thing to mention is the back arms The back holes are actually a part of the standoff, and there is a longer screw that goes through, and you can see it's probably easy just to show it. It's actually a part of the standoff like this. So there isn't a press nut for it to go in, it actually goes into a standoff. All right, now at this point, I'm gonna put on the rest of the standoffs. All right, you can see the frame's starting to come together. We've got our standoff, our arms, and our bottom plate together. Now I'm actually gonna put this last bolt here in the center, which is just extra support to hold this X plate on. And now I can pretty much wrench all of these bolts down. And at this point, I'm gonna put in my stack bolts, which are gonna go right here in these holes, right here on the inside. This is the 30 by 30 pattern, and then the inside is the 20 by 20 pattern. So now we have our X plate and our arms mounted to the bottom plate. We have our standoffs mounted. We have our stack screws. This is where our ESC. The only thing left is to mount our camera plates. And again, this is the high profile design. These will not be included in the slammed version. You can see here on the camera plate itself that there are 2 prongs on the top and a single prong on the bottom. The bottom prong is going to go into the bottom plate, and there's a little slot here, and it will stay there, as you can see. Another way to do it is to actually go ahead and put them in the top plate here. That's what I'm going to do. You can see that this will snap in just like that. And then of course we've got our hardware to mount our top plate on. So now our frame is finished. It is ready to actually put hardware on and go fly and crash and have a good time. My next video is going to include a full build video, which will feature my motors, which are obviously not out yet. They're gonna be 4S, 5S, and 6S. I'm not gonna release the specs yet, but expect that video soon. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I love you guys, and thanks for all the love and support. Take care. I hope you get a chance to fly, and especially get a chance to fly this awesome frame that we've been working on. Take care, guys.